Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsey. Thanks for joining me today as I continue to share some beautiful card ideas you can make with the September 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Fall For Toile. Here's a quick peek at the original cards from the kit. If you would like to watch me unbox the kit and create these cards, or see any of my other alternatives, you can click on the playlist in the top right corner. This is the third alternative card idea I will be sharing with you this week. This card uses the coordinating Circle of Season dies to add more details. I will also be showing how you can use the patterns from the envelopes in the kit in fun ways. If you are new to my channel and would like to continue to see all of my paper pumpkin alternatives, make sure to subscribe using the link in the bottom right corner. I would love to be your Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you're interested in getting your own paper pumpkin subscription, please use the link in the description below to subscribe. Okay, so before we begin, let's just walk through what you need from the kit to create this card. You're going to want to cut your white, it's kind of got like a linen texture to it, card base. We're going to cut this to 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And you can find cutting guides to all of my alternatives on my blog, and the link to that is below in the description of this video. You will also want the frame die cut. We removed the tree in my first alternative, so if you didn't see that, go check it out. And then you're going to need the circle label, as well as the 3 brass foil leaves, and then 1 of each envelope. We're just going to be using the patterns on these envelopes, so go ahead and just trim them off. The white parts of the envelopes are perfect to include inside your cards. So if you've got a card with a dark card base, you can cut those down to fit inside, and that would be a perfect way to use up those white pieces. All right, so those what you need from your kit. You will also need a card base. I'm going to be using Crumb Cake. This is 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I also have some embellishments. These are retired. They're the Neutrals adhesive back sequins. I'm going to be using these dark brown brassy color. And then, of course, I am using the coordinating Circle of Season dies. So let's go ahead and cut these out. What I love about these dies is that it was a strawberry a couple months ago, but today it's going to be an acorn. We've got this little acorn top here. So you can do either the red on top and the brown on bottom, or the brown on top or red on bottom. For this card, I'm going to do red on top and then the brown on the bottom. And I'm going to cut 3 of each of those. And then I've got my little leaf I'm going to do in the orange, and I'm going to do 5 of those. And I'll be right back. All right, so I've cut all those out, and I started adding a little glue dot to the top of each acorn base. And just remove that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a top on each one. And it just is going to cover, actually, I'm going to change the shape of these just a little bit. I forgot that I did that. So I want them to come a little more straight. So I'm just going to cut off a sliver from each side. Okay, so you can see the difference here. Okay, so you're just going to cut a sliver here on the edge. And you don't really need to round it out either. It doesn't need to be totally straight up and down. It's just, and you'll see why. So then when you bring this on top, it just gives it a little bit more of that acorn look than if you don't. If you don't, it's just a little too smooth and you don't get that little hat look that acorns have. Let's see, that's not very good. So there we go. Do you see how that looks better than if it was smooth? At least I think so. If you don't want to do that, just put it right on top. No big deal. Okay, let's go ahead and start putting this card together now that we've got all of our pieces. I'm going to begin by adding a little splattering to my white card base piece. I'm going to use this SU100 Stampin' Blend marker. It's a nice dark brown. Whoa, that's got a lot of ink. And you can use any brown color. I'm not sure if I said that already. I'm now going to add my frame just a little bit along each corner and maybe a couple dots along the edges. Don't overdo the glue, and that's just going to go right in the center of my white linen thread. I mean, not linen thread. And that's just going to go right in the center of that white piece. And then let's stamp our greeting. I'm going to use, because I'm using the large circle label, I want to use wishing you the happiest of days. And I'm going to stamp it in the Cajun Craze ink spot that came in the kit. Just make sure you've got a lot of good ink on there so you get a nice crisp image. And then that does get popped up with dimensionals, as well as do most of the die cuts. So I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on all of them. All right, so once you've removed all the paper backings, let's go ahead and add the greeting first. It's on the left. It will overlap the frame just a little bit and maybe have about an inch between the base of the frame and your greeting at the bottom. And then we're going to add our our big brass leaves. And you can arrange these however you want. I am going to just put them so they kind of look like they're coming out of the corners. I'm going to try to give them some different angles. So that's where I placed mine. You can, of course, change it up and do yours however you want. Next, I've got my acorns. This first one I'm going to kind of tuck in underneath. Let's see, this one, I want to bring a little bit further. Well, I'm just going to cut my acorn just a little bit so that I can tuck it a little deeper. There we go. So I don't want to cover up too much of that beautiful leaf here. So by just trimming off the base of that acorn, I can tuck it in deeper. So I put that one there, and then I've got these two. One coming out like this, and the other one underneath at an angle about there. Okay, but you of course can tuck yours wherever you want. I'm kind of keeping mine to the top left and bottom right areas. And then I've got this little pop of color with these orange leaves that you can put anywhere you want. Just keep in mind to kind of switch up the angles. You don't want everything to be at the same angle because then it doesn't look very natural. Bring this one down just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So 2 up here, 3 around there, and then we can add this to our card base. If you wanted to add this larger piece before adding all those pieces, you can do that too. Let's go ahead and fold our crumb cake card base in half. and then add this. And there'll be just a small 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. And that crumb cake color card base, it coordinates with this frame really nicely. So that's one of the reasons I chose it. And then if you do have an embellishment that coordinates, go ahead and add that. I'm going to do 5. Put a small one up here and maybe a large and small down in the corner. And then let's do another large and small up here. Just like that. And your card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this beautiful card today. If you're interested in getting written instructions or seeing close-up images on how I created this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. If you would like to get your own monthly crafting kit, you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin using the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.